It's your boy Good in the house, back with another bang on video. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, we've got some awesome, entertaining video for you guys. Of course, the transfer news is upon the transfer news is what I've got. The transfer window is upon us. So yes, the January transfer window is going to be the most exciting part for all the Arsenal fans because yes, we're looking at a creative midfielder according to in Edu's behest. He's already mentioned it. And of course, they have their primary targets. Of course, this video is all about Hossein Aouar, but not only everything will be covered. Yes, there's a big update from AFC Bell. Of course, we're going to talk about Abdallah Sima again because we have some update about the exact price tag set in by Slavia Prague president. And of course, we talk about something more. So stay tuned and watch the video till the end. And of course, there is a Christmas surprise coming to all the subscribers on this channel. They've deserved everything, of course, and it will definitely not be revealed in this video as well. So as soon as everything comes, there's a story that is definitely going to be uploaded. Loads of stories will be uploaded and you guys will definitely get to see that. So without any further ado, let's start this video, man. The first news that we got here is AFC Bell strikes again. We know Matteo Guendouzi, we know Thomas Partey, and now it's all about the third Arsenal target and the third player profile that AFC Bell has chosen to rip off, and it is none other than Hossein Aouar. So the first message that we got, everybody can see that on their official Twitter account. AFC Bell tweeted out, "It is understood that Arsenal is still in contact with Hossein Aouar's camp. The club has sent clear signals to the player and his family that Arteta intends to make Aouar the core of the team. The club sees Hossein's characteristics as the key to a more effective offensive tactic. The player's grandfather from his mother's side is part of the player's camp decision-making trinity, and he was one of those who welcomed Arsenal's interest last summer. Hossein Aouar's agent urges him to transfer to a club participating in the Champions League or at the very least a European competition. Arsenal were the favorite for the player last summer. The story has the rest." So yes, Hossein Aouar to Arsenal. It looks like Edu and the club is still in contact with Hossein Aouar's camp, and the club has sent clear signals to the player that they want to make him the majority. I mean, he will be the core at Arsenal. He's going to get the cream of the playing time. He's going to get the cream of literally everything. He is Mikel Arteta's system. He is the big part of Arteta ball that Arteta wants to implement at Arsenal. So let's see if this convinces him to come to Arsenal. Of course, Leo would want the money. Do Arsenal really have the cash to splash it in this winter transfer window? Only time will tell. Moving on, Paddy David has actually tweeted out that Norwich City FC's Daniel Farka has opened up about Emiliano Buendia. He said, I have been asked about Emiliano Buendia and his future for 24 months. He is our player. He is fully committed. I won't comment on any rumors or speculation. He is unbelievably important for us. Now, he was asked whether they can actually keep Buendia in January. He says, we have many players in red hot form. Emi is one of those. Fantastic last few weeks, but the team is the most important. So right now, I see if it were Arteta and everyone was talking about the transfer speculation of any Arsenal player being wanted by some other club, I would have understood that this would also be a response of Arteta or any other manager who respects the player's privacy. And of course, no manager will come out and say, "Oh my God, yes, they're trying to get the player," unless those players are from Salzburg or Leipzig or whatever it is. So, moving on, well, there is official news that Carlo Ancelotti says Alan, James Rodriguez and Fabian Delph will be out for the Arsenal game. Yes, tomorrow, no Fabian Delph, no Alan, and no James Rodriguez against Arsenal. So that's what it's going to be. Arsenal, this is the best time to actually beat Everton. They are again back to their free-flowing form against Leicester and Chelsea, and they're definitely going to turn it around. They will try to get all the 3 points against Arsenal. The big question, can Arsenal stand up? Can the real Arsenal please stand up? Please stand up at Goodison Park. Moving on, well, Arteta on facing an in-form Everton says, it is always really tough to go to Goodison. I played there and know them really well. They are teams in two different moments, but we are preparing the game to go there and beat them because we need a result. And Ozil's agent, Dr. Erkut Sogut, has clearly mentioned a big Fenerbahce approach for Ozil. He says, we had meetings with Fenerbahce We had one-on-one conversation with the club's most authorized people. We received transfer offers for Mesut from all over the world. Fenerbahce's interest is also known. He is currently working hard to wear the Arsenal shirt again, and he will continue to work. Nothing has changed for Mesut right now. Under these circumstances, it seems that Mesut will complete the season in Arsenal. So Mesut is not leaving. Even if he gets to play or does not get to play, he is not leaving. That's a fact. But moving on, let's talk about it. Arteta was asked whether he thinks that he will get the time that he needs to fix Arsenal. He says, I said it from the start that I felt really supported by the owners, by the board, and by the technical director, and by everyone that is at the club. Arteta says this industry needs results. After a big shake-up, we need to find the stability. In order to do that, we need time. We all knew, at least the people who made the decision with me to start this new project, that it wouldn't be a quick fix and it was going to take time. Now talk about replacing Gabriel in tomorrow's game against Everton. Arteta says, let's see who we have available tomorrow. Obviously, we've lost Gabi now with the red card. We will assess them today and decide who is the best to go and try to beat Everton. And talking about Maitland-Niles, Arteta says, if Maitland-Niles did enough to keep his spot in the playing 11, Arteta says, I think Ainsley had a good game and he is evolving really good. I think he's made in this year big progress and he's in much better place than what he was a year ago, and he needs to keep doing what he's doing. I don't know about you guys. I don't understand. There wasn't a yes, but of course Hector Bellerin, I don't want him to play this game, man. No way. And Arteta opens up about Martinelli's return. He says he's a player that we've been missing because he brings something special to the team. He's contagious with his attitude, and I think it's going to be a big boost when we have him. So yes, on Martinelli's return, I don't think so Martinelli is coming up for the Everton game, but let's see what happens in the future. He is the chosen one. Moving on, well, Arteta on his first year in charge says, I think it has been one of the most challenging years in the club's history for many different reasons. I think we have made a lot of progress and implanted a lot of positive things that have worked really well. We've gone through structural changes right across the club that's shaken the club big time. I would say the highlights is the two trophies that we have won together, and the most disappointing thing is that we have not had our fans with us to take us through this difficult moment. And talking about more stuff, Leno says, you saw in some situations in the game on Wednesday that we don't have the biggest confidence at the moment. You can't put confidence in like a vaccine. Unfortunately, you cannot do that. You need to win the confidence by fighting, by pushing your play and every single thing. Now here's a bad news for Mikel Arteta, because William Gallas believes it. William Gallas is clear. Is Arteta out? Yes, William Gallas is Arteta out. He says Arsenal need to sack Mikel Arteta and replace him with Patrick Vieira. He says, I think maybe the issue at the moment is that Mikel Arteta is not the right manager. For me, he doesn't have that experience to manage a big club. I was surprised when he came in, and to be honest, even as Pep Guardiola's assistant, you need experience as a manager to come into a club like Arsenal. When they chose Mikel Arteta to come in and replace Unai Emery, in my mind, Patrick Vieira was the name I thought they should have gone for. I don't know how close he was or if he was in the running at all, but I was surprised they did not even mention his name. Also, top Premier League players have reacted to the yobbish behavior of fans opposed to them taking a knee by voting overwhelmingly to continue doing it. It's up to them. I don't know why the fans have the problem. But moving on, here's the player that I've been talking about is Abdallah Sima. So, Slavia Prague president Yaroslav Tvrdik has already said something about him. He says it takes 50 million pounds to let him go in January. Now, Sima, who plays on the wing or through the middle, is under contract with the Czech outfit until the summer of 2023. So they're not obligated to sell him, and they're not obligated to give him a new contract. Of course, there are interests coming in. So if you want him in January of 2021, pay the 50 million pounds, and he is your lad. Well, moving on, Mikel Arteta has addressed Arsenal's recent disciplinary problems. He says, I said the other day, I think we have had 7 red cards since I joined in, and 2 are disciplinary and the rest have been for different actions. The last one with Gabriel is 22 years old and he's settling in the Premier League. Do not forget that. And they were 2 very different actions, but in this moment we cannot afford it because the Premier League level is too high and the margins for us at the moment are too small to win or lose football. matches. Now something is happening. Ian Wright is not happy with Dani Ceballos, what he saw him doing against Southampton. He says he actually spoke to Optus Sports Kelly and Wright show. He says, what was annoying for me in that game was that Ceballos goes through. I don't know if there was a clip, but he'd rather go down to get a penalty than try and win the game for Arsenal. It is the character in the players. So probably that's what he's pointing out. But Ray Parlour has claimed that Arsenal need somebody like Frank Lampard as a player in their midfield. He says they need a Frank Lampard. They've got no goals from midfield. Who is going to score from midfield? You've got Ceballos, you've got Xhaka, you've got Elneny. There are no goals from central areas. Aubameyang has been in for a lot of stick, but they are relying on Aubameyang too much. Also, there was a news. Renato, somebody actually tweeted out that Willian and Luis want Arteta sacked and have told Edu so. Now, I did a bit of research. So it turns out that this guy Renato actually speaks up when there is actually some truth about it. So if this is true, I would not want to react in it because I can't take it straight away on the face value. But if I get more news on it and if I ever address it, I'm pretty much sure going to make a roast of the week video on that. So with that being said, well, these were the news of the day. I hope you enjoyed whatever came your way, all the views and news and everything about Arsenal Comes platform every single day. Twice, so sit back, relax, and enjoy all the news that it will come to you as well. Of course, as a Christmas surprise for you guys, I will definitely convey what is that message via the YouTube stories very, very soon. Please wait for that. Until then, cheers. Have a good night.